Okay, hi everybody. So this video is just to provide a high-level overview of the changes that will be happening to Physics 112, General Physics 2, moving forward as we move to remote operations. There's also a new syllabus posted on the BBLearn site where you can get more details about all of this. So what we're going to be doing that changes from the next class, there's basically kind of four main things to know about. First of all, the class periods will be replaced with YouTube videos and discussion forums. Second, office hours will be replaced with Zoom sessions and email. Third, the assignments, which were already online, will continue as before. And fourth, the exams will be moved to an online system using BBLearn. I will say I will do my best to make sure you still have opportunities to make up the calculational problems and retake the earlier exams. Those opportunities will not go away. They may change because of the new operations. And just to say, we are still in the process of figuring out what works here. So if there's anything that is concerning to you, please let me know, and we're going to continue to work on this going forward. Okay, so just to go through each of these things. We'll start with the easiest one, which is online assignments. Online assignments are the same as before. Since those were done online anyway, we can just keep doing them that way. There will still be about 10 problems per week due through Expert TA, modulo a few things. The change is you can no longer see me do an example of these problems live in class. So instead, I will be doing example problems in YouTube videos, similar to this one. This is more relevant for the next part, which is how we're replacing class periods. Now, different classes are going to approach this different ways. Given the size of this class, I don't think live streaming makes sense, especially since people will have all sorts of different internet connections. So instead of live streaming, I'm going to upload some number, probably 2, of short YouTube videos, which will either be me talking to PowerPoint presentations, discussing important concepts and showing you the conceptual problems, or be examples of me solving an Expert TA problem. Hopefully a couple of these are already available on YouTube. What I'll do is I'll post links to those videos on BBLearn, along with copies of the PowerPoint slides, and basically any of you can review that material at any time in whatever mode you like. And I think this will just work better than having something fixed and live streamed. Now, the problem with this is you guys don't have the opportunity to ask questions or get clarification about anything I talk about. So to deal with that, we need something like a discussion forum. And just to say, this isn't happening on YouTube because you know YouTube comments are terrible. Instead, we're going to have something in BBLearn. We'll have discussion forums open for each individual class period, which will correspond to some number of YouTube videos. This will be a place where you can ask any questions you like on that material. And during class period itself, from 2:30 to 3:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will look at the appropriate discussion forum and respond to as many questions as I can. So, and those will be available for anyone else who wants to look. So between the videos and the forum, you should have some number of your questions answered and be able to review a lot of the material. Now, this, I hope, will work for a lot of what's covered in class, and definitely don't hesitate to ask things in the discussion forum, because if you have a question, it's a fair chance somebody else does as well. And it's all there so you can review it at any time. The trick is there will also be times when you want more interaction or more one-on-one discussion. That's really what office hours are for, and so we need to replace those as well. And we're going to do that a couple of different ways. One using Zoom sessions and one continuing to use email. Zoom is a video conferencing application, and you've probably been introduced to it a bit already. What I have created is a regularly scheduled Zoom session. Basically, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during class period and office hours, so from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m., this Zoom session will be active. You can log into it by clicking on a link that I will provide through BB Learn and in other ways. And by logging in, you will come to a session where basically I'm the host. I will be monitoring that Zoom session whenever during those time frames, unless I have a pre-existing conflict, and then I'll tell you guys. And at that time, if you want to, you can just say, "Hello, professor, I have a question about this," and we can talk it through. Or there's a chat function. You can type a question in chat, and I will respond to you during these time frames. Now, you don't have to do this. If it's hard for you to do Zoom, you don't have to do it, but the opportunity is there for the ones who want to do it. Now, if you have trouble accessing Zoom for any reason, the other option is, like in the past, to email me. I'm happy to respond to emails, and I'll do so as quickly as I can within normal office during regular business hours. If you send it outside business hours, it might take a little time for me to respond. But this is where I can respond to you more individually and answer questions that require more back and forth. So which of these turns out to be the most useful is still unclear. If for some reason everyone likes Zoom and we're getting lots and lots of discussion going and people can't ask all their questions, we might move some times around. We'll see about that going forward. Okay, finally we have the exams, which I know is going to be a concern to you guys. My current plan is to continue to have open book exams. Basically, you can have notes, notebooks, etc. You could even look at the YouTube videos, although I wouldn't advise it, because to make the exams functional, they will be timed events. That is, you can only see and answer the questions on an exam during a fixed time window, which right now is scheduled for the same time as before. So they'll be during class periods, so 2:30 to 3:30 on Friday. Now, we might open that time up a little bit, make it an hour and a half instead of an hour, just to deal with the fact that we're doing this over internet, but that's the rough plan. During that time, you can see all the questions, you can type in all your answers, and then it will shut, it'll be graded, and go on. So it hopefully won't be too different up to the technology. Now, I know some of you may now have time conflicts with the regularly scheduled exams. Some of you may require extra time or other resources. If that is true, please contact me as soon as possible so we can figure out how to work that out. We will do so. You know, we're going to do what we can to make this all work for everyone. So now, and in practice, what are these exams going to be like? They're probably going to still be like the exams we've done, maybe about 10 multiple choice questions. Those you can probably quickly, easily see how you'd implement those online. It's just you click A or B. And then in addition, there will be some number of computational questions. And there will be a slot where you enter your final answer. But what I really want to do is make sure you have opportunities to get partial credit here. And for that reason, I'm going to try and provide a location on this thing where you can upload a document to show your work. That can either be, say, a Microsoft Word document that has some text written out on it, or it could be just a picture of your own notes taken with a camera phone. Now, given that this is different and thus going to be stressful for people, we are going to try and do a couple of practice. We're going to try and do a practice exam just to see what it's like. Basically, it'll be a dummy exam. It'll have a few, simple questions like write down the answer B to this question. And it'll be open for some time, then closed, and you'll have a chance to mess around with it. So hopefully that'll take some of the edge off that particular part of the process and identify anything we need to do to make this work better. Hopefully that'll be done pretty much as soon as we get back from spring break. I will also say, because of all of this, I am going to give you as many opportunities as I can for retakes and makeups. We're still going to have the opportunity to do retakes of any of the earlier exams during finals period. How exactly that's going to work is going to depend on whether we're still virtual then and what the policies of the university are at that point. So details to be worked out. The other thing I'm going to say is you have the opportunity to make up the computational problems. This will involve doing additional problems that test the same concepts as the exam problems. They will again be timed online but have a slightly more lenient time limit. And we will continue to have the policies we had before the break. Basically, you can make up to 2 problems per exam. And if you make up a problem, that score replaces the one on your exam up to a maximum of 4 out of 5. If you want to take this option, what you have to do is collect your exam if it's from the first 2, or look at your exam if it's from from exam 3 or 4. If you didn't get a chance to collect exam 1 or 2 already, I can send you a scanned copy. Then you need to send me an email with a particular subject line, Physics 100, Phys 112 makeup problem request, because I need to be able to find these. In that email, you need to tell me what exam problem you want to retake. And if you want to make up 2 problems on one exam, provide a brief statement of how you would approach one of those problems, and then 3 dates and times where you could do them. I would prefer these dates and times to be done during office hours, so 3:30 to 4:20 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If that doesn't work for you, say so and give me 3 other specific times. And then we'll make up those exams and I will make them available to you as appropriate. This is what I plan to continue doing. Again, all of these policies might shift as they interact with reality, but hopefully this will be a way for us to make progress. Thank you for your attention and good luck with the rest of the semester.